Hi there! I'd like to talk to you about one of my favorite rose fragrances. Tea Rose from Perfumer's Workshop. So if you'd like to hear my thoughts on this wonderful classic fragrance, please stick around. Talk to the hand reviews. Oh, my lovely ladies and handsome gents. Oh, I can't do that. I'll get dizzy. My gosh, folks. Tea Rose. Tea Rose! It's a classic for a reason. It's still around for a reason. It smells exactly the same as it used to smell. It's fantastic. I remember it from when I used to work behind the counter in fragrances and cosmetics. Let me tell you, I even remember Tea Rose. I think I mentioned a couple times that in the cosmetics and fragrances, at the time, the departments in the department store I worked at, they had every year at Christmas time, at holiday time, they had a really lavish party that they threw at the Beverly Hills Hotel. It was usually at the Beverly Hills, or the Beverly Hilton? Beverly Hilton? Beverly Hills, one of them. And it was so nice. It was this beautiful ballroom, lavish thing. And some of the companies, most of the companies, they gave you tons of stuff. Like you'd have bags of stuff they would give you. Tea Rose was very generous. I remember, I think they gave us body products. I believe they gave us the Parfum. The Parfum! That's not inexpensive. The Parfum. I don't know. If I did have that, then I probably still have the bottle somewhere, but I don't have it for sure. But recently I repurchased Tea Rose because I had Tea Rose. It was one that I sold behind the counter when I was 19, 20. But then it was also one that I wore a lot. It is a fresh fragrance that it's almost sort of like if a rose smelled like an apple, a snapped apple. It's very, very fresh. So what I'm going to tell you is a few celebrities who like it. It's a classic fragrance. It's been around for 50 years. By the way, Perfumer's Workshop is a privately owned company, and they still are. Celebrities who like this wonderful fragrance are Princess Grace of Monaco. She's passed on now. Catherine Deneuve, famous female actor. Princess Diana liked this one. And Nicole Kidman, most recently. So, now this is one of those that used to cost more, but now I think you can get a hold of it. Well, I know you can get a hold of it at a better price than you used to be able to. But that doesn't mean that it is less of a fragrance. It is absolutely worth your time. It is worth you to try it if you just like roses. Somebody described it as how it smells when you just walk into a flower fridge. And I used to work as a floral designer. That's absolutely true. I totally feel that this is similar to what it's like when you walk into a flower fridge. Not so for some of the other less crisp rose fragrances. But some other interesting things I wanted to tell you. I was kind of surprised. According to the Perfumer's Workshop website, where they have Tea Rose, they're not going to believe this. Their top notes. The top notes of Tea Rose are peony and chamomile. Peony and chamomile. So chamomile must be the fresh, because peony is nice, but peony, it tends to be more floral. But chamomile tends to be very fresh. So I was surprised that there's those top notes. And then the middle notes, or the other notes that they had there, were tea rose, damask rose, this guy, I don't have any tea roses in my garden, but I have damask rose. Um, and Bulgarian rose. I don't know much about Bulgarian rose, but I thought that was pretty interesting from the from the Perfumer's workshop. You know what I noticed too is this one. It is if you are a man and you want a fresh rose fragrance, I think this is a good bet because this one is more like it's more fresh. Even you know what? My husband actually even liked it because he sprayed it on and then actually it did warm up to a really nice fragrance on him. It's not feminine on a man. It becomes more crisp and fresh, sort of like along the lines of a oh gosh, like a CK1 is how it's fresh. But it doesn't smell like CK1. But you know how it could be a shared fragrance. This could be a shared fragrance, and I would say, yeah, I would think that a man could wear this fragrance. It's not as feminine as some of the other rose fragrances. So, not that that necessarily matters. If you're a man, you can certainly wear as feminine of a fragrance as you want to. But if you're looking for something maybe a little bit crisper, and another thing I love about this one is similar to another one of my favorites, Je Reviens by Worth. It's very fresh, and I remember when I was younger, this was another one that I carried around in my purse a lot because I knew this is not a perfumey, complicated, you know, real emotionally charged fragrance with a lot of confusing messages. It is just a nice, fresh fragrance that smells like roses. And I used to carry it around in my bag, in my purses a lot when I was younger because I was always busy going to school or going to work or doing singing gigs at night or going to acting classes or whatever I was doing. And this was a really nice one to have because I knew I always smelled nice and crisp and fresh. So let me tell you now some other things about it. Let's see. Oh, tea roses originated in China. And let's see. Here we are. Tea rose fragrance, according to Fragrantica, reminds people of number one, Jo Malone London Red Roses. Now I'm glad I wore this red rose top. Jo Malone London Red Roses. Or is it Jo Malone London Red Roses? Okay. And that was, by the way, 163 people thought that Jo Malone London Red Roses smelled like tea rose. So I think tea rose is one of the most affordable rose fragrances out there. So, you know, you can, I think Jo Malone, I don't know, Jo Malone's a little bit more pricey, right? Okay. Number two, Serge Lutens, or Serge Lutens, I should look at it. Sa Majeste la Rose. Sa Majeste la Rose. 103 people thought that smelled like my wonderful tea rose. Number three, Eau de Parfum tea rose, which is a stronger version of what I have is the Eau de Toilette, which is nice and light. The Eau de Parfum. Did I ever have the Eau de Parfum? I don't remember. I know I had the Parfum, and I have had the Eau de Toilette, so I can't report for sure on that. But it's probably great. It probably just lasts longer is all, because that tends to be the difference usually. Is Eau de Parfums have more perfume oil than Eau de Toilette. And then, okay, so that was 62 people thought that it smelled like Eau de Parfum tea rose. Number four, Frederic Malle, Une Rose. 50 people. 50 people thought it smelled like tea rose. Frederic Malle, Un Rose. And number 5, I just stopped at 5 this time because I don't have to do 10 every time. It might be boring you. Rosewater by Crabtree and Evelyn. Rosewater by Crabtree and Evelyn. So thank you so much for joining me for my little review of my wonderful friend Tea Rose fragrance that I highly recommend to anyone of any age, man or woman. So I just feel like there's more for me to tell you about this fragrance, but I can't think of anything else. But it's worth it. It's just worth it to me to spend my time. Spray one more time. Okay. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time. And remember to enjoy every moment you can. Cheers!